Merry Christmas, everybody! What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and yes, I am uploading on Christmas. But this video was recorded on Christmas Eve, so don't worry, I'm taking the day off. Right now, I'm probably lying on the couch with my family after eating some food and changing presents. But guys, Christmas just happened to fall on a Friday. And if there's one thing that's certain in this world, is that Jack comes out with a Workhorse video on a Friday. I ain't gonna let the people down. If you guys wanna watch the video, I'm gonna bring it to you. And in today's one, we're gonna speak about why Workhorse literally has to get some of the USPS contract. And this comes off the back of me reading through this fantastic article here. Don't listen to the bears. Workhorse Stock has a bright future, and a lot of it is speaking about the USPS contract. It's by a man named Luke Lango. One thing I'd like to point out is that on the date of publication, this man did not have, either directly or indirectly, any positions in the securities mentioned in this article, aka Workhorse. So it is a very bullish article, but this man does not have anything to gain if the stock's price goes up. It's always worth having a look at this when you're reading through an article. If you've been on this channel for a while, I mean, if you are one of the OGs, if you've been here for a few months, we love Workhorse. So we've been speaking about Workhorse on the channel for such a long time, 5+ months. And in that period, we have spoken about everything there is to do with this company. Literally everything. And sometimes you forget about the absolute basics. Sometimes you forget about the competitors. You forget about why you may well have invested in the first place. And this article does a great job of reminding us why ultimately Workhorse has to win some of the USPS contract. Now let me make it very clear, technically they don't have to, it would just be ridiculous if they don't. So in today's video, that's what we're going to speak about, guys. It's Christmas. Maybe this is the Christmas gift you've been waiting for. If you're feeling the giving mood, please consider just hitting that like button. It's completely free. It's the best gift you could give me. And while you're down there, feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know what you did this Christmas. Did you give away any nice presents? Did you get any nice presents? Are you spending with the family? I know it's probably a tough Christmas for a lot of people because of the year we're in. We were supposed to have more family coming down to spend time with us, but with lockdowns we weren't able to do it. But we gotta make the best of every situation, my friends. Here's to a much better 2021 for all of us. Also, if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, that's the first link in the description. And I'm excited to say that we are going to be doing a giveaway in the new year for Patreon members. But they do charge the first of every month, so feel free to wait until then, or else you're going to pay for this month. You're only going to get a few days and you have to pay again. That's just how Patreon works. But we're going to do a juicy giveaway there, so keep your eyes peeled. And if you want 4 free stocks on Webull, 2 of which are valued up to $3,700, what a nice Christmas treat that would be. Hit the second link in the description, deposit $100. Is that simple, my friends. But anyway, let's get into this article and let's speak about why Workhorse has to receive at least some of the USPS contract. And he starts it off with this headline here: Workhorse will win the USPS contract. You love to see those words as a Workhorse bull. This is just going to be a refresher to every single Workhorse investor out there. The USPS has one of the largest delivery van fleets in America. That fleet is old, breaking down, lighting on fire, okay, and built on antiquated internal combustion engine technology that legislators frown upon these days. Remember, we spoke about carbs so many months ago on the channel. The USA, every state eventually is going to force all new vehicles sold to be electric. So why would these people wait around? Why would they buy a new fleet of ICE vehicles when they know ultimately they are going to have to go electric? It makes very little sense. USPS has consequently initiated an $8.1 billion contract to upgrade its delivery fleet. Some people are going to tell you 6.3 or 6.7 or even 20 billion. Fact of the matter is, it's a very big contract and would absolutely change Workhorse's future if they receive anything in the realms of 50+% of said contract. Workhorse is one of 3 finalists to win the contract. I think this is something a lot of people forget about. But amid delays in the award of the contract, Wall Street has grown skeptical of Workhorse's odds to indeed become USPS delivery van supplier. So that skepticism is reasonable, and I will agree with you guys, but overstated, and I also will agree with that statement. So when stacked up next to the other 2 finalists, okay, Carson, okay, and then we have Oshkosh and Ford, Workhorse clearly stands out as the best fit for the USPS contract. So we're going to speak about Carson first. They are a Turkish-based company, okay, a Turkish-based company. It's very unlikely that amid the currently unstable geopolitical climate, and with Ironi reminding us that global supply chains are fragile and subject to widespread disruption, USPS will rely on a company halfway across the globe to upgrade its entire delivery fleet. Guys, I ruled Carson out quite a while ago, okay? I would be extraordinarily surprised if they get any considerable portion of the contract. Even if they get any portion of the contract. Unless it does get split 3 ways, I see no way that Carson gets any of the contract. Now the other finalist, okay, the one I have said for month to month on the channel, I see getting a portion of the contract. Oshkosh, who is partnering with Ford to build the next generation delivery van for USPS. So you would think, you know, Ford, massive, they've worked with the government in the past, really well known name, obviously they have the production capacity, they have the history, etc. So the Ford name gives credence to this entry's ability to scale production, which is one of the primary concerns with Workhorse. I've said it so many times, Workhorse won't struggle to produce these vehicles. I know right now it looks like they will, they won't. With the infusion of cash, they'll get the robots. Lordstown Motors have already said, Steve Burns has said to me in person on this YouTube channel that they will help Workhorse if necessary. They have the third biggest plant in the United States, my friends. If you are still worried about their production capabilities, I understand it, but when you really understand what's going on, that shouldn't be a worry. Now the kicker, the Ford Oshkosh vehicle is built, okay, it's built on an internal combustion engine. It's built as an ICE vehicle. In today's world, where decarbonisation is front and centre, why would the USPS go from an old internal combustion engine, okay, one that's literally going into flames right now, to new internal combustion cars, okay? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It's also going to cost them more over a longer period of time. And if you know anything about the USPS, they don't exactly have money to burn. And so we have Workhorse, a US-based company, 100% US-based and owned, with US-based manufacturing and a fully electric delivery van that is proven and already fielding purchase orders from other clients. Think Pritchard. Now we have Hitachi on our side. We know they had over 181 on-one meetings, my friends. They are speaking with everybody. Again, Steve Schrader, the CFO of the company, said to my face on this YouTube channel, if you can think of a retailer, Workhorse is speaking with them. Almost without question, Workhorse is the undeniable best fit for the USPS contract. I am yet to see a single argument even for Carson. I think a lot of people have written off Carson. The primary argument for Ford is just that, you know, they're bigger, they've more production, and I completely agree with you. They also have a disgusting amount of debt, but we'll look past that. The USPS contract wouldn't even really help them very much, but it's an ICE vehicle. Why, oh why, would they want another ICE vehicle? I personally think a very likely outcome is that Workhorse wins 50 to 75%, preferably 75%, and Ford and Oshkosh win 25 to 50. Let's say Workhorse gets 75 and Ford gets 25. Ford will be able to produce them potentially faster at the start. It'll give Workhorse time to get some more machinery in place to work out exactly how it's going to work with Lordstown Motors, etc, etc. And then it's going to be gravy. Ford can start things off, provide the majority of the ICE vehicles at the start, and Workhorse can take over later on. We don't know exactly how it's going to work. We don't know if it's split up 50-50, if it means they're both going to give a certain amount of vehicles at the same time, if they're going to want the ICE or the electric first. These are just things we're going to have to wait to see. But I do genuinely think it just makes so much sense for Workhorse to get the contract, and I think that's something that people forget about a lot of the time. As the contract's been delayed, you know, as news has slowed down at times, a lot of people forget everything that we already know. All of the reasons we invested in this company in the first place. I think it's important to remember why we did that. Now, next paragraph, positioned for a decade of hypergrowth. Winning all or most of the USPS contract is a huge near-term deal for Workhorse. It will essentially guarantee the company billions of dollars of revenue over the next few years. For a company set to do about 1 million in revenue this year, that's a massive deal. It's an incredibly massive deal, okay? That's why a lot of people are investing so heavily. We're taking on more risk right now. We're paying a premium because if it pays off, we're going to make a lot of money. If it doesn't pay off, we may be red for a short period of time. But even without the USPS contract, there's no doubt in my mind that Workhorse is green next year. But the long-term implications of a USPS contract win for Workhorse are much bigger than the near-term revenue injection. In winning the USPS contract, Workhorse will cement itself as a viable leader in the electric delivery van market, and I think they're already doing so, especially when we look at people like Pritchard. At the same time, thanks to the partnership, Workhorse will likely be able to raise a ton of money at favourable terms to dramatically expand manufacturing capacity, which may end up being important, but I don't think it will be too much, unless they are referring to getting more robots, etc, etc. Thus, if Workhorse wins the USPS contract, this will be a company that by 2025 will be a distinguished leader in making electric delivery vans with an unmatched ability to manufacture these vans. 100%. For a long time on the channel, you know, the other people I really like are Rivian, who are not yet publicly traded, and Arrival, okay? And both of them are ahead of Workhorse right now, without a doubt in my mind, in regards to contracts, in regards to pre-orders. If Workhorse wins 50+% of the USPS contract, they blow both of them out of the water. absolutely out of the water. Those are winning attributes which will likely attract many new customers to Workhorse over the next few years, as almost all logistic companies in the world follow USPS and electrify their fleets. So Workhorse still stands a fantastic chance in the future without the USPS contract. They just need to find the next big contract so they can prove themselves there. But this would be the biggest boost they could possibly ask for right now. And after reading this article, it makes a lot of sense as to why we believe they will receive a very large portion of that contract. And that brings us to where we are right now. Okay, so the last couple of days have been nice for us Workhorse investors. We were consolidating for a long time, which isn't normal for Workhorse. We went on a really nice run up. As of right now, we're at about $23 a share. Pre-market, we are up a little bit, 1 or 2%. It's been fluctuating around there for the last couple of hours as I've been watching them. My last Workhorse video, I said if we can break through 23 with momentum, this is where I'm looking towards next, these blue lines. I'll move myself for a second, you can see somewhere between $26 and $28 pretty much. We didn't go up with much momentum, my friends. So I don't necessarily think we're going to see that level of a jump. I don't think we're going to see a 15 to 20% day, which we've seen with Workhorse in the past just yet. But rather so, I think we could just do a little bit of sideways trading, maybe see a little bit of upward movement, and it might end up being a slightly healthier climb to that upside. That is what I am hoping for, my friends. But I also want you guys to remember, a lot of us invested for this USPS contract, okay? We know for a fact we're not going to hear about it until at least the first quarter of next year. Now that could be 2 weeks, or it could be, what, 13, 14 weeks. And the USPS has pushed this back on several occasions. I don't think it's going to change. If the world's still in a crazy place, if the Roni's still around, if there's still lockdowns happening, I wouldn't expect it to happen for a while, but there is a chance. So just keep that in mind. Workhorse has been moving, you know, a little bit more like a normal stock over the last 2 to 3 weeks once we found out that it was delayed. And I think it's going to continue doing that for a little while, my friends. But anyway, guys, if you have watched this video all the way till the end, and it's Christmas, even if it's not Christmas, I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. This truly has been the best year of my life. I know it's been a crazy year, the Roni, etc. YouTube though has changed my life, and it's all because of you guys watching these videos all the way till the end. So I just want you to know, I know you probably think I do a lot for you, making all these videos, putting in all this work, etc. But you have done so much for me this year, and I am extremely grateful to every single one of you. So just thank you all so much for being here, and I am looking forward to an amazing 2021 with all of you guys. We're going to make some money, baby, and we're going to have some laughs along the way. If you enjoyed today's video, could I please ask you, hit that like button, I really would appreciate it. Drop me a comment down below, and of course, subscribe if you're new around here, it would mean a lot to me. Again, if you want to join that private Discord group, it is the first link in the description, but maybe wait until the 1st of January so that you get the full value. And if you want your 4 free stocks on Webull, that's the second link, baby. I mean, it's literal free money. It takes no time at all. You just have to sign up and deposit $100. It's juicy. But anyway, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful Christmas and the rest of the year. And ultimately, I hope we all have an amazing 2021. I'll see you for another video tomorrow. Peace.